Please choose a screen and subtitle language. I'll mute this. English. That's me. That's what I do. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? No. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. I'll do like right there. It's whatever. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. What? Oh, okay. Oh, it's giving me like a, whatever, I'll just put it right there. Please enter the current time. Why? Hey, Cage the Legend, thank you so much for being here. Yo, Stanley Parable, nice. Right. It was free, so I was like, heck yeah. Well, it's been part of PlayStation Plus for a while, so. You platinum this? Oh, heck yeah. I just got done with another Crab's Treasure, so I didn't know what to play. I'm just playing whatever's on here. I was thinking about like Hollow Knight or something, but I was like, I'll play this. I'll play Stanley's Parable. Note, accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. You sound sick? A little bit, yeah. Hey, whatchamacallit, I don't know what happened. Like the other day, it was like the back of my throat, back of my nose felt all like dry, and then the next day I just couldn't stop sneezing. It usually happens to me for no reason. Oh, cool! It's showing on the computer. It's showing on multiple computers. Oh, geez, getting sick sucks. Yeah, you're telling me. I gotta get some Dayquil, NyQuil, and everything, but I gotta get it. You rarely get sick. I don't know, me too. I rarely get sick because I rarely ever go outside. I feel like the reason why I got sick was because like well, like I don't know why the back of my nose was all dry. I just woke up one morning and I was like that, and I can only assume maybe like, oh, cool, field of view. I can only assume maybe like, I don't know, like stomach acid or something. And it made, I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. It sounds so weird. I don't know why I got sick. I don't go outside really. Subtitles, accessibility, translation labels. What is all this? What am I looking at? Music. You will go down. I'm fine with it being 50. Who knows? The game's crazy. Alright, let's do this then. I don't know why I'm looking at the settings. I was just pressing buttons. I usually think credits means like words.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I could skip it. Why would I do that?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him
bunch of fourth wall breaking shit in this game. That's funny.
And in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Does he only know how to type with one finger?
Others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
He's a happy man.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Where's my work?
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
Who cares, bro?
Something was very
You're getting paid to sit here.
wrong.
Stop complaining.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I'm the one that's moving now. Whoa. Whoa. I feel slippery, like I'm on ice. Whoa. Whoa. Can I do anything with it? Wait, am I doing something? Am I doing that? Yeah, that's me. How come it's not doing anything? Whoa! What the fuck? What is this? Am I crouching? Oh, weird. Wait. Wait. What the fuck? Why am I still pressing on the computer when I press X? I'm so confused. What am I doing? Hello? So there's nobody here? Whoa. What am I still clicking on?
All of his coworkers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his coworkers.
I got a trophy. You can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it. Oh. Get your first trophy. Awarded for getting any of the trophies as your first. Okay. Wait, is like X the jump button? And I've just been trying it for no reason? Who farted? Number one dad. Oh, how adorable. It's so bright outside. Fuck my eyes. Hello? Ooh, scary. It's like barren wasteland. Hello?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be doing something? Who farted? Wait, did you just want me to walk forward? I hate Mondays. What's with the clicking sound? Hello? Hello? Can I zoom in?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Hello?
He entered the door on his left.
Okay. Whoa, who's closing the door behind me? Hello? Hey, that's a very bright computer. I can't zoom in or nothing. 412. No number. Whoa. Wait, does it display accurate time because it asked me what time it was? Kind of. Not really.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Uh-huh.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. Not cost efficient. Who moved my desk? Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. 8-bird. Office party. Woo! Is that today? Can I move chairs around? I can't do anything. What's that say? Ah, stop, please. Oh, it's just numbers and letters. Well, who's doing that? Rate out which charts on the same slide depict the same information. What? Rates of increase in graphs per slide. What? Please, no more charts. Please, I'm begging. What? The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation mission worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss, fill out the triplicate, and return to your boss. What the fuck? Solving interpersonal conflict. Have you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined towards conflict unless you're the kind of person... Oh, God. What are your dreams for the future? Talk radio, pollution, spring break, clear skin, travel football, transcend. Hell yeah. Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no expectation of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. Okay. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more, and let it ball up more. Using the slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some believe all in the text. What the fuck? Everyone is unique. You most of all. Adorable. What's going on here? How come I don't have a shadow? Shadow me. Number slides on this slide. charts and slides 4? Because that one's charts and slides? 2 and 1? I don't know. Is there an answer sheet? Oh, it's going back to the beginning. Slide chart ratio, market report. That's so funny. Wow, how do you read all this? I'm begging you, stop. This is so funny. What's this one? Colored in segment. Okay. Whoa, real photos. Oh, dude, I get so low. Help, I'm a post-it. That's what that post-it said. That's strange. Whoa. Broom closet? Closet just for brooms?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
There's tons of stuff here. Duct tape and boxes and cardboard and... There's one broom in the broom
here.
closet.
No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Why you tell me that? Makes me want to stay here more. You say there's no reason to be here, why are you trying to make me leave so fast, huh?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything.
I'm not sitting here.
If there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As
I'm standing.
He's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
FA, what's that? Oh, like a fuck all? Is that what that is?
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Yeah.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I don't know. He told me that there's got to be. Well, he didn't really say anything. He said there's no reason to be here, and it made me want to stay more.
You realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
What happened?
If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Is it?
I never would have thought to mention it.
What about it though? There's only one broom though. That's what I'm tripping about.
Maybe
and not even a
to
mop.
You, this is somehow
Where's the mop at? You got a mop bucket, but no mop.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite."
Broom closet ending?
Friends find this concerning.
What? There's a broom closet ending? What is that?
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Oh, dang.
He got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Dang.
That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh my god! Why is he saying all this?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Am I really?
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed in front of your screen.
What?
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Tell them to come in. I'm Blair Witching.
Anyone who happens to be nearby, the person at this computer is dead.
I am
They've
dead.
fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand
like robots.
first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming.
Am I doing something
that
wrong?
The irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Are we done? Just step out into the hallway, he said? Is he not going to talk anymore? Are we done in the closet? Does he not want to talk anymore? All right.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Oh, what's in here?
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not
Huh?
particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Oh, okay. You can really just walk back in. Will you say anything else? Hey, talk to me. I'm the man with the plan. Stanley. Stanley the man. I'm the monkey. The monkey's here now. Ooh, ha, ha, ooh. Wait, what if I close myself in? Whoa. I didn't even know you can close it. I'm scared. I'm gonna leave it open for the next person that walks through. Whoa. That's a lot of room behind that door.
Coming to a staircase,
Huh?
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Why is all the windows so wide? Ah, let me out of here. I feel like a caged animal, like I'm in a maze. Hello? Oh, the executive bathroom. Oh, sick, yeah. Ah, sick. What? Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Sorry, I almost choked. What? Excuse me. What's that? Like a dam? What's that? Looks like a street. Can I use the toilet? Can I flush it? Extreme bathrooms, hell yeah. What? Let me out of here. What's this thing? Just a piece of wood? Damn, I can really get low. Hello? Mr. Boss. What the fuck? Mr. Bossman? Hello? I work here now. Oh, you got two phones? Fancy. One's a burner phone. What's this? I can see something. Wait, there's something in there. Hello? Like a fucking creep looking through the looking through the crack in the door. Look at all the plants. Hello? I don't want to walk in. Everything wants to
Stepping
close
into his
behind me.
manager's office,
Huh?
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
Fireplace.
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
Is a
What he
chimney on
could
top of
not
this
have
place?
known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Where is it?
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known
Whoa,
this.
wait, what the fuck? Wait, what? Look. Whoa, look at. What is that? Why is there like a dot popping up now? What the fuck? Is like an item here or something? What are we doing?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
I'll never know the combination is 2845. What's this stuff? Can I not touch anything for funds?
2845.
Damn, he's got 3 bottles? That's crazy. Are they like special or something? A piano! Come on, I can't do anything here. What's this? Light on the edge of the wood.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in.
What?
And the door just opened all by itself.
What?
And
No
Stanley
way!
got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
I'm so good at this game. What happened? How do you do that? I didn't even get to put the code in. I wanted to look around. He's getting annoyed at me, and I just like to explore. What? Hello? It's so dark back here. Take it this is the only place we're going? I'm going down. Oh wait, I want to go up. No, let me back up. I want to go up. What? Loading? What is this?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now? when for years it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
What? Oh, it scared me. Wow. Put the flooring on better.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Hey, escape. But it says escape right there. Well, we're gonna go through here first. It just everything closes. Let me fall. Nothing let me fall either. Who's watching me? Stop watching me, creeps. Oh, we're going into the room like an X-Men. Dude, this is scary. It's so dark in here. Whoa.
The lights rose on an enormous
Whoa.
room packed with television screens.
It's like the Matrix.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I got the strongness. What's this? Is it just a bunch of room numbers? I can't even read that. Wow, look at this place. They couldn't even like put the TVs right up there. Nice. Cool. What's this?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
What's that
Each
one?
bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
Who
The
cares?
lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place. where
Fired.
freedom
What is that one?
and
Why does it look all glitchy? It is all glitchy. It looks really close like this, but when I look at it like that, it's like super far away. I don't know why it does that. Is there really nobody here? Where'd they all go? And who cares if they're watching us? Another fired, two fired. Like when you work somewhere, aren't you supposed to be watched? Aren't they supposed to be making sure you're working and like not stealing? What's that? Do you see that? What the fuck? That person had some like green Hulk radiation in their box. Look at that, right there, right there. What the hell? It's right there too. They have like radiation in that box. What is that? Oh, what's this?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
It's
Had
horrible.
Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Am
Was
I?
this the only reason he was happy with his boring
block that
job?
message.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I've been manipulated. That's the
No.
word.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His
What?
own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Okay.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he
No.
truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But
This
here
can't
was
be
the
true.
proof. The heart of the
Whoa.
operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or
Offline.
sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
I
For
have to
he
get rid of
would
it.
dismantle the controls once and for all.
What's this? How? How do I dismantle once and for all? Console disabled. What the fuck? Two. What the? Let me in. Strange. What? What? What the hell? What the fuck? What am I doing? Big red button, big red button. I can't press it though. What? Oh, there's a 5 here. Was like a 1, a 2, and a 5? Is there any more buttons anywhere? Hello? Oh, look at this one. 3. Does that mean there's a 4 somewhere? Because 1, 2... What the fuck? What the fuck? What is going on here? Where's the 4th button? I've only seen 3. The 4th button isn't real. It's imaginary. Because here's a 5th one. Strange. Hello? Hello? What's this? Mind controls. Idle awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay. Like off, right? Off. What did I do? I just turned everything off, but what happens now? It's dark. I can't see anything.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Chill.
Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Yay!
Yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
What?
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
Look at this TV.
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
Oh, really?
Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
What the hell?
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
This is an open door? Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Give me 1 second. I do apologize. I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. Which is a confirmation for my doctor's appointment.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path.
Turn around, I want to see the
him.
place.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Show me the place.
And Stanley was happy.
I is free. Hey, beat the game. I got a trophy. I beat the game. Yay. Huh? Now what?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, can I go somewhere else now? Wait, is there like other ways to go? Hey, that guy looks like he's playing solitaire. He's not working. Look at him on the camera, 420. Wait, did I say something? Awaiting input. Wait. Input received. Wait, I gave it input. What's that mean? Look at it, it's got a pink bar in it now. What the fuck? What was on that computer? Solitaire? Oh?
No matter how hard, Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I'm turning off computers, saving electricity, dude. A lot of doors open. Let me through.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna go to the right then.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Sure. Is that where this leads? Whoa, what the fuck? Whoa, that's weird looking. Why was their door in a brick wall? Hello?
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Ah,
It
yes.
had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley
beautifully
simply stood
constructed.
here, drinking it all in.
Excuse me. Ah, yes. It's beautiful. Number 1 day.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Coffee nut. Hey, it's a blue cup.
Room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Heck yeah. What about it here?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I mean, that was the only, like, door. To get back to business? What's in here? But what could be in here? Whoa, that looks like a warehouse. Wait, let me, what's in here?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh. Wait. I'm gonna go wait, so if this is the way of getting back on track, huh? Here's back
Yet
in
there
this
was not
office.
a single person here either.
I go back in here. I want to go through that exit.
Disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to
Room
his boss's
closet.
office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked
Up to
upstairs
boss's
to his
office.
boss's office.
To the right. To the left.
Stepping into his
Oh my
manager's
God,
office,
bosses are here.
Stanley was once again
What is it?
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Do any of these bookshelves actually move? 2845, is that what he said?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by
Yay, I did it!
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Looks like not. I don't feel like I can run either. Let's just go down. Let it load real quick, like.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
So I want to go through the escape first. Like, I want to see what's over
Although
here.
this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Would I? What kind of violent death will I meet?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
That's way over there.
At this point, Stanley was
I've gone
making
too
a
far.
conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Whoa. Really? I'm gonna die? Whoa! The end is never the end? Whoa. What the fuck? Whoa.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to
Oh my
his
God.
demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Wouldn't I have died from the
Stanley
fall?
can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
Is that why there's no
Perhaps
jumping?
his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, please. We could be best friends, I promise. Oh.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as
That's fair.
Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh my god, that's scary. Ah! What the hell? What is happening? What? The Stanley pair, but
And yet
that's
it would be
me.
just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What can I walk off to? Nowhere, where dead ends. Strange. What's up, son? Is there? Give me 1 second, I'm so sorry, I'll be right back. No, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to go help the kids. Said there was
When
ants
every
upstairs for
path
no
you can
reason in
walk
the
has been
bathroom.
created for you
Weird.
long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Huh?
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh, really? Crazy. Nature paintings? What the office layout? This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. That's that room. Okay. Go through here. Then you go over here. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. What? Why? Why is it so pink right there? The two doors. The set of the two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Filing cabinets. Fancy. Stanley's computer. Damn, too bad there's no jump. What? The office. It's door 1. I haven't seen door 1. Door 2 and door 3. Whoa. This is my cubicle? This place is so empty. Whoa. Button sounds. A selection of sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and synthesized tone. Cool. What's this? Office computers? Weird. Whoa. Shane Sweeney, cool. Look at the credits. There's a bunch of credits here. The office. That's all. I thought I said the box. What the hell? It's the maintenance room, the one I went down. An early version of the maintenance room. 431, 436. Printer. What the fuck is this? What the hell? Whoa, what kind of futuristic room is that? Warzone. Early development, we designed an ending. Where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. An action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after started to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose of the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. That's funny. Oh, this is supposed to be the army part or the alien part, huh? That's what that part. That's what that is. That's funny. So some sort of core fun room with a bunch of sticky notes. What the heck? Subject question brought forth the intense passion of my soul. Am I Stanley? Are you spying on me? I don't. From Quackster. Subject question: will the game feature capybaras? From Pixelsith, dear narrator, how do you stay in shape? Sincerely, Michael the Rock Martin. From Dink Dunk. Subject: gay. Are you gay? Narrator emails. After the second trailer, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. Sorry, while we had initially planned to use these for the promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are selections to use. View those emails. From the forwards, Ganius. Subject: Dear narrator. Dear narrator, will the Stanley Parable have infinite quests? How many endings? If the Stanley Parable is really going to let us go shopping? Some questions. How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? And what is the difference between a duck? What? James Irvin. How is the game? How is the game going? I hope it's as good or better than the first one. From a cool man. Otto Tampio Coesian. Are you a rock? What? What is this? What is this strange number? Could you tell me what the significance of the numbers 1112800? Asking the narrator. Well, the thing I want to know is, what would you do if Stanley entered any other room? Huh. Sergei Medvedko. Lance Perkins. I have a burning question. For instance, on a scale, Max Ernest to as early as a game, born with magnificent voice. Finally, the most important question of all: what is Stanley's last name? Parable. New results. Wow! Congratulations, Greg. Previous announcement regarding the first to apply your claim 24 hours time. What the fuck? Love the game. Greetings, omnipotent voice. I wanted to tell you I like the Stanley Parable as much as I like the being humorous. Small badger in swim trunks. And did I like it? This is weird. Oh wow. Rediff mail doggo. Huang Yang. Gloves. Do your strong bad. How do you type with boxing gloves on? Man. What? What is going on here? What kind of weird questions? The lights. What do the lights in the control room do? I really want to know. Montgomery Jones. None of these are answered, are they? I am Anthony, alias business broker. Cheat report, not spam regards. That's funny. Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. I have a question for you, sir. It is, what is your message for today? Sincerely, Harris. There's a skeleton inside of you. There are more skeletons in this world than humans. Thanks and goodbye. True. Question about forward. Am I satisfied? Am I doing? Oh, okay. Now it's gonna repeat itself. A phone. The office. The lounge. An early version of the lounge. The apartment timer. In previous versions of the choice leading in the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Cool. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo is actually stored. The cargo lift. Cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version we decided we also wanted the option for the player falling to their death. What? Cool. Wait. Wait. Where am I going? Maintenance layout? The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right. Since players would replay them so many times, we discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. Cool. Vent. Wait, what? The simplest version? Which one? One option. Lounge. Maintenance. Disobey. Okay, so it goes obey or disobey, and you go to the lounge, and you go to maintenance. Then there you go. Lounge, maintenance. The other entrance would be hidden depending on how you entered. Oh, okay. One doorway to maintenance in the lounge and the original back to the track option. And what about this event? What's the vent for? Meeting room. Wait, where am I? Oh, yeah, that's where I came from. The hell? What am I looking at? The game is now paused. Begin the game again, resume the game options, escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Zending model? The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. Just like buttons? What a weird ending. Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Okay. Zending levers. So shiny. These levers were originally a part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Okay. What the hell? Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is repairing a new version of the Stanley's Parable. That's funny. Why is the room so big? Strange. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with freedom above and count down below. We banned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down and placed the two endings together instead. What the fuck? Countdown room. An early version of the countdown room. Whoa, where am I, dude? Game design mockup. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mockup is still in the game. Excuse me. I looked at that stuff. Oh, cool. Offices. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third in February 2015. It's so different. Okay. Take it that's the exit. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. Countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Scary. Office clock. This is where we started. Woohoo. Okay, let's go back this way. Boss's office. Screens from the development of the boss's office. The boss's office is just like pure nothing with a chimney. Looks like one of those rooms like they're like getting a mock-up. The balloons, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day. Spoilers? Is there spoilers? I just thought this was like credits. I wish my office had an office clock. We just have a regular one, right? Need a cool one. The lounge. Okay. Underground. An early version of the underground portion of the game. Oh, dang. Whoa, spooky. Narrator outtakes. Kevin
walked over the bridge.
Kevin Briding, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times.
Stanley walked through the green door.
Over the 2 years of development, these are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game.
Nothing there? Shoot. Well, try the other one then.
Huh? That's funny. He's just standing here talking.
Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room? Perfect example of poor level design. Textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. But of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. Well, in that case, I'll tell you what. You win. Congratulations. You did it. I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it
If you had a narrator guiding you IRL, would you listen to it? Whoa, that sounded scary. Good job. Sound like a demon. Would I listen to it? I guess. I wouldn't know. I mean, if it was telling me like that could hurt you, or that could kill you, or that could make you sick, then maybe I'd listen to it. I don't know. I really wouldn't know. That'd be hard to like want to do. Like, do I listen to the voice? Do I not listen to the voice? Is it good? Is it bad? Window. So now I just go through here, right? Because the green exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I could go like behind it a little bit. What? Oh, I just turned the game off?
Can you see how much they need one another?
A little bit.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Sometimes. Stuff's vibrating.
You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
What the fuck?
Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
Like that?
Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
What? Turn off my PlayStation? Then it end the whole stream. You feel the end is never the end. You feel you hit. What happened? Did it not do anything? You'd feel you don't juggle knives that might hurt you and immediately throw 10 knives in the air, right? Well, shit. What happened?
His co-workers were gone.
Was I supposed to like quit the game?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That was weird. Here, let's try that again. I bet I'm supposed to quit the game at that moment.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
Oh, I didn't need to
well.
go this way. I forgot I
Perhaps
didn't
he
go the
wanted
other
to
way.
stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Wee.
Wow. Yes.
Wow.
This room.
Wee.
But eager to
I'm
get
so
back
fast.
to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Sure.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead
And
to
I
the
went
opposite
this
door,
way.
and got back on track.
Then I went this way.
Yet there was not a single person here
This
either.
way.
Feeling a wave of
Dodge roll,
disbelief, Stanley
dodge.
decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase,
go up here.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This way. This way.
The moment he entered
The
his
broom
manager's
closet,
office,
right?
Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul
I don't know what
anywhere.
it was. What is it,
Could
like
he
2,
really
4,
be all alone? This was
5,
too much for Stanley
8?
to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his
2,
knees,
4,
bursting into
5,
half moans,
3.
half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to
That's a
keep
tall
going.
ceiling.
Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk.
Oh.
What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was
Maybe.
not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so
So
random
devious.
that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845.
Oh.
Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing
I
random buttons
blind
on the
guessed it.
keypad,
Oh my
Stanley
god.
happened to input the
What?
correct code
Hello?
by sheer luck.
So dark.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened
2, 8,
passageway.
4, 5. Wait. This way. Wait, what? Oh, that looked like a little building. That was weird. 2, 8, 4, 5. Let me go up. What am I doing? Oh, we're gonna go back down? I guess like I could like, try to exit. Let's see what happens when I try to exit.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
Oh,
Facility.
never.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth
Oh, this
was
takes forever
that
to walk
at the
down.
end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Keyboard. It's like I'm walking around
The
carrying a
door
keyboard
behind
with
him
me.
was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Oh, never turn around and get back on track.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Death. Willingly confront her. I'm gonna go stand on the left side. You can't fool me. It's like a trap door that didn't work. What? Am I gonna be faced like the wrong way? Oh no, it's gonna load me in the right way. I don't want to face it. No, please. What's happening here?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
isn't that like a
he
waste of
reflected that
buckets?
his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
Maybe
He
they melt
doesn't
him
know
down.
the real
They
story,
remake him.
trapped forever in his narrow vision of
Oh,
what this world
please.
is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
My death
So he
is no
resigned
great
and willingly
loss.
accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
It is. Buckets deserve better,
Farewell,
right?
Stanley.
It's such a waste of these things. Like, why would you keep squishing? Look, it's squished up there. What?
Farewell, Stanley.
Hold on
cried
to the ledge.
narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was
Visceral.
obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh my god, sounds horrible. I'm alive.
And yet it
Going
would be just a few minutes
forward.
before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance,
Whoa.
death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that
This sounds
Stanley
peaceful
was
to me.
already
Instant,
dead from the moment
painless.
he hit
True.
start?
It really does sound instant, like a painless type of thing. You don't even know what happened to you. Yeah. Now it's like it's one of those slow ones you always see in the movies where they're like, ah, and they're just like, they
Oh,
pop.
look at these two.
Do it quick,
How
please.
they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another.
I will
How
control
they both wish to be
you.
free.
You're free now.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not.
I can see.
Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let...
Like how? Do I gotta like begin again? Oh man, which one do I do? Begin the game again or just quit the main menu? Rather than having your brain splatter like a tube of toothpaste someone's trying to get max a use out of, right? Throw away the PS4, right? Throw it out the window. What if I just begin again? Is that how you do it?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Taking it
Stanley
in, you're right.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't know, I don't know what to do. Burn it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
That'd be bad for my lungs and bad for
The
the
lounge
environment.
was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business,
You actually did turn off the
Stanley
PS4
took
at that
the
point?
first
Nothing
open door
happens?
on his
Like,
left.
wait. So maybe you're supposed to exit to the main menu? Wait, let's go in here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Haha. True. Coffee mug. What the heck? Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, 5,000. Jump on.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Where are we going?
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Can I jump on top of that car like Assassin's Creed style?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Oh my God.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
But when I land on top of a car in other video games, it saves me. We did it, right?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Wait, that's
what
it?
Could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait, like, what if what is, like, is it all the same still? Is there anything at the beginning that's different? Settings? Language? Wait, how's it? I can't see that. How do you make it go down? Enable reticles, yeah. What am I looking at? Labels, translated labels in top of the world, labels, gameplay. How come it won't go down? It's like broken or something. At the beginning. To jump out the window at the beginning? There's a window you can jump out of? Labels, content warnings. Ruse, screen shake, and camera bar reduces difficulty for time sensitive input stuff. Auto walk input. Reset all settings, default values, deal all data. No, okay. How come I can't see it? Let me see. Yay!
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, we're like back in it?
Stanley worked.
I can skip it. What happened?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Was there a window in there with me? I didn't even see a window. First desk?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, for a minute I thought I jumped. Onto the desk and then out of the window? How do you get it? I can't do that though. I can't get on the desk. I can't jump. Have you ever played this game? It's like, I can't jump in this game though. Is there a way to get on top of the desk? Is there like a stack of boxes? Wait. What the fuck?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map. until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure
You just climb up the
and its
chair on accident.
examination of structural narrative tropes. So,
A
now that you're
pog.
here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question.
Okay.
What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one.
Okay.
So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Now, if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
So there's no more pressing on him? We just gotta, get out of here now? Begin the game again, I guess? Let's just stay here. That's so bright,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Maybe there's a hidden
Stanley
line?
decided to go to
Really?
the
You think
meeting
there
room.
is?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'll look in there.
No matter how hard Stanley looked,
After a
he
few
couldn't find a
hours?
trace of his co-workers.
Oh, heck no. I can't stay there for a few hours. That's so fun. Whoa. Did you really, if you stay in there, did they say something? Something you can, get up on top of other stuff, too, just for no reason? Hey, it's the computer that was awaiting input. Last time I was over here. Had no idea, right? Huh. Boop. Haven't gone into the broom closet yet? Yeah. I was in the broom closet earlier, I just sat there and he just keeps talking to you. So now you can just sit here if you want and just sat there quietly.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
It's very beautiful.
Standing
It
now
is,
in this
it is.
incredible room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the
So we went in
first open
there.
door on his left.
We can go in there again, but we could also...
And so he
The best ending for real? That was an ending? I just
walked
sat there for a
straight ahead
minute.
to the opposite door and got
What's
back
down
on
here?
track.
I could do the trophies. We could do a couple trophies.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He
Let's
wanted
see.
to wander
That'd be fun,
about
just
and
for a
get
minute,
even
because I don't think this is
further
like a big
on
old
track.
story
So
game,
now
but
in
it'd be
order
fun
to
just
get
to see
back, he needed to
some
go,
randomness, right?
From here, it's left.
It's left? Give me 1 second. Oh, what am I even doing? Why am I doing that? Just go there. Like these. My nose really itches. Do. The guy who makes this game has a brother who's a YouTuber. Pretty funny vids. Really? That's funny. Okay, so we'll do that one. I'll try that one later because I don't think I could do that one just yet. Wait, like, how do you do that? Wait. Is there like no like? That'd be cool if there's like a button for trophies. See like all the trophies you've gotten. Hmm. Okay. So, just that one you literally have to. I was like, look at this trophy. I was like, wondering how to get it. Trophy button is in the DLC. There's DLC for this game? There's no DLC. Wait a minute. Maybe it's part of the game because it's like called the Ultra Deluxe Edition. Does it come with a DLC? Let me see. Get the cave.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
What the
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting,
we could do this one.
or even say,
Ultra Deluxe is DLC, I think. My game was only available on PC, maybe? Yeah, this game was never available on console. It's only, like, it came out on console later, right? Like, after they remade it. 420? That one makes me laugh. Wait, I want to go to the room, the boss's room, because it says you can press numbers. I'm just looking at the trophies, see if I could do it. If we can. There's one of them that says that you can get like a different ending or something. There's one of them that says you have to like close the whole game and reopen it. And another one says you have to like play it 24 hours all on Tuesdays. Like what the fuck? It doesn't have to be all on one Tuesday. It could be spread across multiple Tuesdays, I guess. But I'm like, what?
Into his manager's office,
this is the one I want to
Stanley
press.
Was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered. Desperate for answers, he began turning the room over looking for clues that might unravel the situation, until at last he discovered a keypad behind the boss's desk. But
what was it?
No code. For this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra
You're working on the Don't Play for 10 Years trophy? Are you doing it on PC or your console? Can't you get... People just usually, like, fast forward their thing, right? That'd be so hard. I don't even know if I'll survive 10 years. Yay!
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless.
What door? Console? Can't you just, like, fast forward your console by, like, 15 years and then jump on the game? Do. I want to see if we could do this one. Wait, really? Where's this door at?
Already this was uncomfortable, and
Oh.
Stanley decided that as... Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the trophy?
How do you know?
5 times? Is that all you think a trophy is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks.
That's cheating. You're doing it legit. Oh, dude, I don't even know if I'll survive 10 years.
Say that's the kind of effort that warrants.
I'm like, we'll whatchamacallit? I'm like, we'll be playable in 10 years.
Of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
I've done more than 50 clicks.
No. I'm still not feeling it. I want this trophy to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way no matter the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Is that really what he wants me to do? Because it says I gotta like press on this one a ton of times. That's what one of the trophies said. It's like it said 430. Click on the door. Click on the door 430 times. My arm. That's just what? That's just the door. You're clicking for no reason? You think so? But the trophy says right here, you can click on door 430 times. Right? Let's see. Well, that's what the trophy says. It just says click on door 435. Oh, click on door 435 times. Does that mean I have to go to the other one now? He said 417, right? How do you do that one? Where's that one? Just keep going down into the lower numbers? Oh.
Ooh,
Press on the door.
Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Where's 437? Do I gotta go back this way now? No. Wait. Oh, yeah.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Okay. I'm going. Yup. What? Not that one. Nope. Whoop. Here.
Now, back to door number 437.
I'm going back. Whoa, someone spilled some coffee right there? Unfortunate. 437, here I come. I'm surprised these doors aren't closing.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Copy machine.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, I'm getting somewhere. You a sick hype, so hype.
Now go climb
sick
on
input.
employee 419's desk.
419's desk? 418? 419.
Yes,
yeah.
This is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416, here I come. Amazing clicking.
We've almost got it.
We almost got it.
Machine, do that one again.
Oh, he's close. He's loving it. Where is it? It's way over here, right? Oh, I'm gonna press it. Oh, just hold your horses.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes!
Yes!
We did it! Oh, wow.
Click on door 435 times. No one's clicked like this before. It's funny.
Back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
Yes. Is that it? And though he got into that, he's like, yes! Wait, what? Wait, how do you do that? How do you do this one? Whoa, that sounds way too fast. How do you do this one? Ooh. Huh. This was sound. I wonder if you could do this one. It's like a. We did just jerk off the narrator. Oh my god. He got a touch too excited there, right? Gooned all over his pants. He needs to go change his pants. We're trying to do the
All of his
speed one.
co-workers were gone.
Speed,
What could it
speed.
mean?
Speed is
Stanley
my middle
decided to go to the meeting
name.
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Kachiga.
memo. When Stanley came to a set
Oh, wait, no,
of
how
two
do you do
open
it?
doors, this was not the
Well, I'm pretty
correct
sure you
way
have to
to
get all
the
this at the
meeting
end.
room, and
No,
Stanley knew
I'm doing it
perfectly
wrong.
well. Perhaps
How do you
he
get all
wanted
to
to
the
stop
end
by
that
the
fast?
employee lounge first, just
I forgot
to
the
admire
code.
it.
It was like, I'll
Stanley
go
felt
listen to the code
lightheaded,
first.
butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business,
Hup,
Stanley
hup.
took the first open door on his left.
I'm the fastest. Oh, why is that light out?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
5 years ago.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell
Is
him
that
what
it?
to do,
4285?
Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh. Do 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 do. So weird. You need to go to sleep, but have fun with the never-ending endings, never game. Hey, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate that. I hope you have a good night's sleep. Thank you so much.
All
Hope
of
to
his
see you again.
co-workers were gone.
Probably playing
What could
something
it
else
mean?
tomorrow.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Games,
Perhaps he had
games for
simply missed a memo.
days. I just like playing games. What? Set all the setting sliders in the menu to all the available numbers? What's that mean? Like all of them like this? I can't even see these though. Ugh. Wait, what? Is that one of them too? I can't even see it. This is so lame. Why would I go down? Whoa, whoa. That goes so fast now. I can't fucking see this. What is this? What? I don't understand anything of what I'm doing. This is insane. It did not help at all. 3. Oh, no, 5. That was originally it, right? There we go. Dude, 5 is so slow, though. Okay, let me see. What else can we do? I'm just trying to look for a random jump, but all this seems way too difficult to have to do. Like I have to, like, really look it up a video. But I'm like, do I really want to look up a video while I'm streaming? Wait, is that all of them? There's not even that many. Don't play this Stanley's Parable for 10 years. That's insane. How do you not play for 10 years? There's not that many trophies for the game.
When Stanley came to a set of two
Wow, that's
open
very
doors,
dark now.
he entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I want to go down the elevator. Oh wait, we saw 2 other ways to go this way though, right?
Let me see. The employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic. Perhaps too
grand,
to get
so
back
majestic.
To Stanley took the first open door.
Wait, I want to go over here. I want to see what this is.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Wait, like we never went up here.
Look,
Stanley, is there any way to make it down there without dying?
Off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
There's a little square right there.
Time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Okay.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Who's her?
She's been waiting.
Who? Who's been waiting? What are we waiting for? Oh, bro, what is this? Whoa! What the fuck? Oh, that was so... What?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
Okay.
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I could do it. I have my faith. Hello? Mom? What the fuck? Whoa, everything's blue now. Or yeah, or is this what?
You? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
What the
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh!
Gotcha.
You did.
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife? Who'd
Yeah.
want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
True.
I'm trying to get you to see something. Come
Which
inside.
is funny because I do have a
Let me
I do
show
have a
you
wife.
what's really going on here.
Wait, what's over here though?
Sorry, but
What?
you're in my story now.
What the fuck? Okay. Hello, sir.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee. Press triangle on your controller. Why?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Okay. First circle.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's
I'm not
going
eating at all.
home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
I did. I chose this life. First triangle.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Okay. Press. Please press triangle to watch, dude.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Where's the
First,
TV?
he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Vanished into
The thought
thin air.
excited him terribly.
Please press triangle to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Please press square to prepare dinner.
As he
Okay.
wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Wait, what the fuck? Please press up to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful
What happened to the
fantasy, and so in his
kitchen?
head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely
Scary.
there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Press up to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer. How could there
Oh,
possibly be?
it's throwing me back in the
All
office.
he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
I forgot which life is the real one. Press round. You better go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. I'm not pressing the button. He told me not to. Do I? Am I supposed to press it? Press.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
No.
How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
With a mirror. It's question
I
nothing.
suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must.
Do it.
Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please
And I tried
die.
again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What? What the fuck? Did it just end? Okay, that was weird.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check
Okay.
on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Hey, he didn't say that before, did
When
he?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Shoom, shoom. Phew.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered. Desperate for answers, he began turning the room over looking for clues that might unravel the situation, until at last he discovered a keypad behind the boss's desk.
What is it?
But alas, no code. For this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below
really
his feet.
8285?
And so the boss had assigned it an
4285?
extra secret PIN number. 2845.
Oh,
But of course,
2,
Stanley
8,
couldn't possibly have
4,
known this.
5. You got it wrong.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing
2845,
random buttons on the
2845.
keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
2845. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we'll try to see if we could do a different ending.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. So turn this
the lights
on.
rose on an enormous room
Let me go
packed
through
with
this
television
way.
screens. What horrible
I
secret
can still
did
press
this
the
place
on
hold?
button because I turned it
Stanley
off
thought to
before,
himself.
right?
Did he have the strength to find out?
This way. Cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life,
Oh.
their true nature revealed. Each bore the number
So I can
of
totally
an
fall through
employee
here.
in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
eh.
The lives of so many individuals
me
reduced
through.
to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally
What is this?
monitored in this place
Urgent.
where freedom meant nothing.
Freedom means nothing. It means nothing to me. Press.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe.
I can
it
climb
couldn't
that.
be
I can
true.
climb it.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
What is that blue
Was this the
fuzzy
only
one? Is that
reason he was
people?
happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Go ahead. Let me see the blue one. Come
No.
on, bring me up.
He
my
refused
eyeballs.
to believe it.
That
He
red light
couldn't
hurts.
accept
What is it?
it. His own life in someone else's
Broken
control? Never. It was
Never.
unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
This is dangerous.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
There's a party in here.
Here
Hello?
was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with
01420001.
or sad, or content. Walking,
5.
eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Mind control.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
On.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
Did I?
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Oopsies.
Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Oh, God.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
Okay.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
Does everything
More time to
explode?
talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Cool.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're
Very
gonna die
intense.
anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely
Erased.
in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever,
Very
pushing
intense
buttons
already.
endlessly and then
What does it
dying
mean?
alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside,
What the
or I let
fuck?
it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing.
What the hell?
Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on
What
the
the
clock.
fuck?
Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
What the fuck does these buttons even
Oh, dear
mean?
me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
I'm
These
not.
numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something
What
here
the
will
fuck?
save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you
Seems to be a
have
power
any
button.
idea what your purpose in this place is?
What's this?
Stanley,
A
you're in
cartoon
for
saber.
quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler
Oh,
for you.
the door just
That
closed.
timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every
What?
moment that you're powerless.
I don't understand
To see
this.
you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30
Okay.
seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
I don't even know what I'm
No
doing.
ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling
Oh, I think it wants me to
desperately
press.
your frail
Come back
life,
over here, press
or will you let it
these.
go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Oh. Oops. Did it explode? I was too busy looking at colors. Whoa.
All of his co-workers were gone.
There's papers
What
everywhere
could it
now.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard
What the
Stanley
fuck?
looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
There's papers everywhere now. Did it get bit? Did the pink bar get bigger? I can't tell. 4B6. That one didn't have to do with all numbers at all. All numbers. It had a letter in it. That's weird. What is
When
this,
Stanley
math?
came to a set of two open doors.
Going
he
left
entered the door on his
again.
left.
Then we're gonna go this way. This way. I'm trying to see if I can climb up on anything.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a
Sure.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an
Was it?
indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered. Desperate for answers, he began turning the room over looking for clues
Is
that might
2,
unravel the
8,
situation.
4,
Until at last,
5.
he discovered Stanley was in such a rush
Yeah.
to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Sorry.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Calming
Feeling
music.
soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Yeah. Says 2845. Like a trapped rat. I'm a straight trapped rat.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
I
Control
want to see this.
Facility.
I'll go in here. Like this, yeah, like this. Yeah. Oh, there we go, yeah. Ah!
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And
That's
you
funny.
all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it
Yay.
the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave?
Yay.
New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm
More.
here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game, with secrets and Easter eggs.
Cover the
How
nook and
about this?
crannies.
We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how
Yay.
special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Yeah.
Good job, you did it. Good job. 2, 1. Good job.
Oh my god. Give me a second. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for this type of stuff. I'm gonna turn down a little bit. That cracks me up. Good job. You made it. Yeah. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending.
That's hilarious.
I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier.
Oh my god.
Chase your dreams.
Oh my god. Yeah.
You did it. Good job. You did it. Good job. You did it.
Good job. You did it. Good job. You did it. Good job. You did it. Good job. You did it. One more time. Did it. Good job. You did it. Yeah. Good job. That was funny. Wait, what happened on the papers on the
Stanley
floor?
had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
It is super bright. What the fuck? End is never the end. Whoa, that was weird. End is never the end. They all say it. I hate Mondays. All the computers say it now. Oh, looks like not all of them. Where's the pink one? Hey, I don't know why I'm closing, turning them off.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Wait, what? Okay. So go this way now? It's super bright.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Doesn't look there's
Hoping he
everything.
might find a... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Here.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad,
Hey.
Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Nice. Okay. So let me go down this. Auto. Oh, we can go back up.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me.
That's
Why
funny.
did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Wait, what, really? Why?
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive, rapid fire of
2845,
critical
right?
plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Heck yeah, you are.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again.
Heck
Ladies
yeah,
and
I
gentlemen,
am.
how does he keep coming up with all of this?
'Cause I'm too good. You can't stop me from coming up with too many things. But now, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back up again. Stop me if you can,
Did you
narrator.
think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
What if it's the boss's office? Oh. Looking at my phone, just make sure the wife's not texting. Okay, we're good. It's the boss's office again.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
How's the music?
This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
Stanley's verbal, please hold.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait! No! I need more time to process.
Okay. What are we processing?
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Okay. I am the master. I know what to do now. We go back down the elevator now.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's
Never
just
will.
how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A
Heck
breath of
yeah.
fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Stale and repetitive, how dare you? Nope. Almost walked off. Going back up. See, we go back up.
You know what?
What?
I just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't
What?
you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley.
fuck?
You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, The agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill.
Waiting,
I simply don't want to let that
anticipated.
feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Nice and slow.
There we go.
Heck
Isn't this so
yeah.
much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here.
What was this? What the hell?
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner.
Oh, Eyes on Stanley. Live on stage. What the fuck? World's healthiest human being. All tricks revealed. How we did it. The pyramids. Lived the guy who went to Mars. Oh, dang. An evening with world peace, baby.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
But what's that thing over there? A crystal globe or something? What the heck is that? I want to get over there, though. Stanley's Parable. What? The Stanley Parables. Stanley. Tonight, live on stage. The store. Wait, what? The storyteller? Is that what this is? There needs to be a jump in this game. A Q&A with the world's first sentient machine. Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great. What?
All right. Are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise
Stanley Ryder, is that his last name?
and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart.
An audience
really
with the dude who came up with
Stanley.
pizza. Heck yeah.
Okay. It looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
427. What's that? Break a leg, champ. Sorry, I just sneezed real fast. Hello? Yeah! Woo! Hey everyone, it's me! I am Stanley! Woo! I love you. How are the kids? How's the wife? I'm too nervous. Heart attack. I got way too nervous.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That was super crazy. Like, I had a heart attack. What? Where'd that pink bar go? What?
Oh,
what
new
the fuck?
Content? What does that mean, new content?
Whoa, cool. What's this room? This wasn't here before. Hello? What the fuck? Where are we going? The hell? What is this? Whoa.
Hello, and thank you for playing The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, The Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Okay.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
That's funny.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Okay.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Okay.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Me too. That's all closed.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Okay.
Is it broken? What's going on here?
Are we waiting for something?
Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Me too.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Give me 1 second, I'm sorry. Just looking at something. Give me the content, Stanley. I'm just looking at my chin, and then I gotta grab a tissue. My nose is leaking. It's just for the little bit of sickness that I am. Excuse me. Hello?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
What? I'm jumping! I finally get to jump! Yeah. Yeah. What? No! I'm out of jumps. No! Fuck.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I didn't even get that many jumps. Oh, let me pay for more. Fuck. I feel so alone. That's a big doorway. Another elevator.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more.
Just
Very
just
good.
because he's
Yes.
counting to a
I
trillion.
knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Me too. Oh, nice window. Hello? Thank you for enjoying
That's
the new
it?
content.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm
That's funny.
infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
But I didn't do anything there. It did that by itself. I didn't do that. What the? Whoa. 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 Hey, it's the green. Is this the green box? It does look like the green box I kept seeing in the pictures.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
What
I
the
want
fuck?
to show you something.
What? You tripping? There's a fucking door here and a vent? Okay. Screwdriver and a mug. What the fuck? What? The hell just happened?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
What is this? It looks like a little church room. Whoa!
I call it the Memory Zone.
Whoa!
It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
On PC, what about consoles? I'm just kidding, I don't care. Play on whatever you feel more happy with. What a weird looking house. The Memory Zone. Blankies. There's still wires everywhere. Yay! Don't forget the Stanley Parable. Zone,
You
sweet
see,
zone.
Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember
fuck is
back
this?
in October of 2013 when the
Ah,
game
2013
originally
when the
launched?
Stanley Parable was
Back then,
released.
video games had integrity.
Our first
Back
kiss.
then,
My
it
first
all
car.
meant
The release
something.
of Stanley Parable in
Oh,
2013.
waste.
The Stanley Parable. 2013. 1013. Oh, 2013. That's when it was released. That's funny. I like when I just had my boss. Is that what it said? Be my Valentine. The original remake by unpressurized gas. Ultra conserved words, the Washington Post. 6 components of a great corporate culture, John Coleman Harvard Business Review. What's pressurized gas? Is that like a place where you can buy games? The Stanley Parable. Look at that. Looks cool. 2014 Independent Games Festival Audience Award. Nice. Another thing that wrote Stanley Parable over was the British Academy of Films and Television Arts awarded Stanley Parable. This is The Last of Us in the category story. That's hilarious. Good times. Smile because it happened. A trip down memory lane. Is that a CD of the Stanley Parable? It's gotta be. Hit their first dollar! Some stuff in there. What is that? Like, oh, it's like a mini shelf or something? Is that how it used to look? Go outside, don't play for 5 years. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. What? Beta. Work in progress. Nominee game game innovation. Nominee debut game story. That's cool. Nominees. New video game releasing today. Creator surprisingly down to earth. Los Angeles Times. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Dead. Wait, what the fuck is that? A lady? Look like a lady standing above him. Maybe he really did die. In loving memory of little Stanley. Is that a hamster? Oh no! Little Stanley! Let me sit down, it's beautiful. What the, wait. Is that my piano? That is my...
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Elevator content, oh. There's like a doughy down right there. Memory zone maintenance. Knowing your city. Weird. Here's the Persona 3. I have Persona 5. I wanted to try that. I just don't know how long of a game it is. Pictures. That is never the end. Stanley Parable. Was it like a deluxe edition or something? That's super cool. It's a happy button right there. I can't press that somehow, can I? Must be the emotion buttons.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Preparing snake oil salesman's ride? Is that the same? What the fuck? What is that? They're preparing snake oils. Wait, I can't get it. I can't get in the serious room. Oh, we gotta go back.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Oh, okay, here we go.
But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh, no. Oh, God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Thumbs up.
Honestly,
Oh.
I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny.
Oh, no.
With his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
True. All these dislikes everywhere. What is this area? Let me drive the forklift, yeah? Fuck, where am I?
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
What an awful memory to have to hold on to.
I'm
These
sorry.
black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
I shouldn't have come
feel
down here.
Like a failure.
Oh.
Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
It's okay.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
How's that?
Skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
What the heck? There's a ladder back here for no reason. Who's really going to be climbing it?
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. But the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until
until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah.
Does it keep repeating?
Blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, no, until 245. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices,
not feeling good. It
and
looks
that
like
they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone?
Am I supposed to, like,
it has
skip
a
it again?
mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. Ah. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto.
Should I skip
at this
this?
rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other.
Okay, let me press it again.
In which case, the word I am not sick of... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works. Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is who runs pressurized gas will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with pressurized gas altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over.
Sorry, I cleaned up real fast.
From the act.
Am I supposed to just keep
Okay,
skipping?
welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes.
Oh my god!
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait. How do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Yeah.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I
Weird.
don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window, or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A
See an air vent.
porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll
No.
take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll
No.
take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one... Stanley! Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Oh,
You've
geez.
just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room.
12
Stanley,
hours.
the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it,
Weird.
I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the
I'm
button
back, brother.
again.
Welcome
I
back.
can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter
Know what do
how
you think of
much
the
I
game?
plead
Fun.
with you, you're
It's just
going to
very
press
random
the
with a bunch of
button
different
again. Why
endings.
would you?
Funny
You're
conversations.
thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head.
It's
I just
pretty
couldn't
random, yeah, it
ignore
is.
the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem?
Why?
Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are.
True.
What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant
Can I
as
press
a
it
child.
again? Oh,
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
there's a light on back there.
Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time.
Oh,
Just
God.
Sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's
Oh.
just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that
Oh
someone
my
was
God, it
listening.
sneezes like crazy.
I needed there to be a vessel.
There's a
through which
trophy
my
in this
words
game where
were
you
moving.
literally have to
It was
change the clock
vessel
on the
I needed,
PS5 to
Stanley,
get it.
not the outcome,
Unless you
not the
actually want to
story.
wait 10
None of
years.
that
Oh, see,
matters
that's what I was.
anymore.
That's someone was
I'll
telling me
give
that
it all
earlier
up.
that they're working
I'll
on the
give
10
up
year
every
trophy.
branching
I'm like,
path.
can't you just
I'll
change
burn my
the
story
time on
to
your
the ground.
PlayStation or your
One
computer? And
single
they said
thing
that's
I
cheating.
need,
And I
and
was like,
God, I
but
can
who?
see now that I need
How do you
it
know
more
you'll be
than
alive
anything,
after 10
is
years?
to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying,
Yeah,
I need to
just
know
cheat,
you
laugh
can
my eyes
hear
up,
me.
right?
Because maybe, Stanley, maybe
That was the same thing
if
I
you
did
can
with
hear
that. I think
me,
I did it for like
then
Batman.
maybe it means
Wait, no,
I'm
was
real.
no, I was going to do it
Maybe
for Batman
I'm not
Arkham
just a
City.
fiction.
There's like
Was
one
I
where you have to like
scared of that all
or you have to
along?
like do
Perhaps.
the trophies
Yes.
for Calendar Man or
Perhaps I've
whatever.
been
And you have to
scared
come, you have
this
to
whole
like
time.
you have to
And
go
if I
visit him
stop
on every
speaking, I'll
holiday.
slip backwards into
So like
the
when it's
silence
Christmas, you
and
have to go jump on
consumed by
Batman and go
it.
talk to him.
I can't be taken by it,
When it's
Stanley.
Valentine's
I
Day, you have to
can't
go talk
lose
to him
myself
too.
in the stretch of emptiness between
Look,
you
even the
and
plant's
me.
dead.
When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness.
That
I
sucks.
can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet
Well,
to
that's
speak
scary.
to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something.
Change
I
your
am being
PS5 clock to
listened
10
to.
years
I
in
am
the
being
future, LOL,
recognized.
right?
The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time.
Are my eyes
I
adjusting
stopped
to the
keeping
darkness?
track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley.
Oh, good.
Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life.
That sounds
All
horrible.
of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long.
Oh.
There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of it.
Can I press it again? How many times can you do this? Is he finally gone? Hello? It gets longer and longer. Ah! It's finally run. The fire detector's finally running out of batteries. The clock fell off the wall too. Stopped working. What was that? Was it the switch popping back out? I gotta get out of here. My ears.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They screamed. They gnashed their teeth and said, "Entertain us."
He came back.
It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little
It's dead now. There's no red light on it.
Make all of their pitiful demands. But then he's talking too
Completely
much.
dead.
Said, first, he didn't entertain us. Now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency. It's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness.
I'm sorry. Dude, not even the fan works anymore. There's like water dripping right here. There's the... Okay. Are we just like stuck here forever? You gotta like quit the game? Thought maybe like it was gonna...
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Oh god.
Is never the end, is never
oh, it's starting to drip more.
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Oh god, it's scary.
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Oh god. This room's gonna start to flood eventually. Look at that. Oh wow. The pipe's starting to break down. That poor man. The poor narrator. He's just stuck here watching me like... Whoa! Hello? Has anybody found their way down here and just seen me standing here? I need help, please. Send help. Another time? Whoa! Sunlight! I can finally get some sunlight. Hello! Scream into the pipes. I have a ladder right here. I could climb out. I swear I can. Please, just give me your hand. When will a wall break down and not just the ceiling? Whoa! It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Nature. Cool. What? Is it like winter or something? Oh god. That sounded scary. Oh my god. What was that? What? The fuck? What the hell? Hello? What the fuck happened? I don't, I'm free. I don't know which way to go. Is the graboid gonna come get me? I'm free! What is that noise? What? What just happened? It just ended like that. That was the first time seeing that. That was weird.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't know what doing that does, but I just do it anyways. What? New content?
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
What? What is happening? We got some new content, huh? Let me check this bad boy out. There's a highlighted neon sign there. Oh, sweet. We went through that quick. Yo. Is he gonna get like? Is this payback for pressing
Stanley,
the
I've
fast
been
forward button?
reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Stanley Parable 2. What the hell? Yeah, I'm playing the Stanley Parable 2, baby.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new
Testing two
territory
printers
we'll
at the
cover
same
with a
time.
fully fledged sequel, an entirely new
Two
experience
printers.
built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly
Time
been asking
to
for.
wake up. The end is never the end again. The Stanley Parable 2 427. Oh! Investor Showcase the Stanley Parable
Calling
2.
it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
New and
Ultra
tasty.
Deluxe?
Taste the
What does it
sequel.
even mean? But the
Two
Stanley
chairs.
Parable 2. Now
Two
that's
red
an artistic
chairs.
statement.
Two
right there.
phones.
It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term
Niggas doing that on
franchising
purpose.
potential.
2. We all want 2? That's scary. Looks like a 2 water coolers. Like a cemetery. Whoa, creepy. Who did that? 2. They're back. 2 doors. 2 pieces of the brain. 2 plants. It's like a bunch of different tubes. The way it looks. Thanks for attending my meeting. That box has a face on it right there. Beep. Looks like it's sticking its tongue out. Can't do
Now, to be
anything.
clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be. But
Everything.
let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figured
2
that if
eyes,
I
2
can
ears, 2
loosely
nostrils, 2
organize
arms,
a
2
handful of
legs.
interesting concepts, that surely the game will
Who took
sort
the
of
red
naturally
marker? Me.
spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy
Scrum,
magic than
design
anything
pitch, break,
scientific or
pitch
logical,
design,
really.
number 2 chat. So funny. 2. The way to the show floor case. Way to the floor. Show floor. New features. Why is there a bus right here? Oh, like they're outside taking a picture in front of it, but they're not outside. They're like in a little room. So weird. Is it really how they set stuff up in real life? Expo Hall 2.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Yeah, what's the new feature? Exclusive the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Yeah, your name in the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and
Road to the
validated as
perfect
people.
button.
So with that
Too
in
big,
mind,
too small.
my first addition to
Just
the game
right.
is this button, which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, let me do it.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just
Okay, I
play
am
along.
Jim.
I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I am Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim,
Having
seizing
2
all of the
kids.
world's possibilities as Jim, and
As
as Jim,
Jim.
watching your dreams crumble into dust.
No,
Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I'm Jim.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Okay.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
I am Jim.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time.
Oof.
If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
I gotta go all the way back down there to get out, lame. Pretty big room for just one button. Had a lot of lights up there.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, yes,
Oops.
it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Where am I? Wait, what? Setting world champion? Infinite hold? Free trophy? Free trophy? Free new plus easy trophy? Get it here? Oh, I want it. Free trophy. Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new trophy. No more steps. It just works. Get yours today. Get yours right now. Okay.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes.
Yeah,
You see,
yeah.
you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as
Okay.
simple as that.
Test trophy?
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you.
What?
And I promise it will happen.
What? There's no way this is broken. No, please give me the trophy. I know it's here. Gimme. Do you like get to go press something and come back to it? Okay. Looks like we can't do it. Maybe. I'm not too sure. So we can't get the trophy right now, at least. We could get it later, maybe? My nose.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
No screenshots?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think
432.
that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Okay. It's all over the pictures,
Actually,
too.
maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
That's funny. Chairs. Collectibles? I want to go see the collectibles. Up here, huh? Collect them all. Whoa.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on
what
with
is
your
this?
life.
I got one. A 06. 1 of 6. Yes. That's just like completely closed off now.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Tragic. You are here. It's over here. Exit. What kind of exit? Exit to where?
Oh, goodness, Stanley, this is fairly awkward. I hate to do this, but before you leave, you really should go to the bucket exhibit. You see, there's a surprise I was going to spring on you later, and it involves the bucket. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the bucket, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll get out of your hair now.
Okay. Oh, the jump circle's back.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
No! They don't give me more jumps? You guys suck. Let's go this way, then. Hull like infinity. Rim, surrounding area, depth infinite. Infinity, hole entrance. Infinity hole chart, hole. Depth space, more hole, infinity. Question marks in science, more. Falling, educational use only. How deep can we dig? The holy moly. What the fuck? It just keeps going. That's funny. Hello?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Infinite hole. Why would you want to fall down there then if it just falls forever? Wouldn't you like starve or drown or like not drown, dehydrate? Wow, that sounds scary. Let's go.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so.
Oh my
Now
god.
then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Okay.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Ow.
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look,
New
I think
bug.
the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall?
Help me.
infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
I am.
Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on.
Okay.
I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
What if you could just fall in again? Oh, wait, look. Mostly infinite hole now. It's not an infinite hole anymore. It's a mostly infinite hole. It's super funny. Mostly infinite. It's over here. What's this? A button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Oh, that button. Fucking. As a baby, the baby's all grown up. Bankruptcy. That's funny. Bankruptcy. Jim! His name is Jim. It says Jim. Bucket time. Bucket time. Nice. Very nice clothes, bro. Hello?
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that
The
it was
bucket.
confusing and
Just pick it up.
paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
Okay.
It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's
Always,
true.
always.
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while
Can
the
I have it?
bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution.
Yes.
Come on, give it
Perfect.
a try.
Oh, please do.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket
Fuck
lends
it.
you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more
Let me throw
await
it.
you in the Stanley Parable 2.
2. I'll take the bucket with me then. It's mine now.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
It should be. It should be. Let's go up here real fast. Oop. This way. What? Settings, World Champion? How do you do this? There we go. Now it's going all the way down for some reason. What the fuck? Oh, it inverted it. I don't know if I had to do that. I hear a guy. Earage. Dude, what the hell? Do I really have to turn them like all on or what? Can't even switch them. Oh, there we go. There's more bars. What, did it not work? Is there like settings at the main menu? Okay. I can't like switch it to the X for some reason. Very large.
This is the story of a man.
I did the settings. Oh, it actually like reads it to you. That's funny. That's cool. Weird. I wonder how you get that one to go. Okay. Now I take it we go to the exit. Collectibles. Look, it like says it above everything. That's crazy. Exit. It really puts signs on top of everything. Let's bring this with us then. Who's that? Is that me? Oh, no screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think?
Big ass box.
Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet
What is
how
this?
exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere.
feel it.
Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Okay.
Okay. Are
Show me
you
what
ready?
you got.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
It's perfect.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it.
Yeah.
Peacefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But
You
it
never
would need
know.
a really,
Not till you try.
really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
2.
Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay. Oh, is it like really is it really starting over? Well, that's funny. What the fuck? What the hell is this? What is this? Settings? Oh, heck yeah. Look, everything's all red now. Begin the game. Get in the game. Stanley's Parable 2.
This is the...
Oh. That was my bad. So what happens if I were to go to the main menu right now? Would it still be Stanley's Parable 2? Hey!
All of his co-workers
The balloons!
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's a thing right there.
Stanley
Jeez,
felt the
bad
bucket
sneezes.
calling to him, begging him to pick it up.
Where's it?
Why was he not doing it?
Oh, it's right there.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
I did. Bash. Oh, let's bash through it.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Should have had me go right. Then you're changing up the story, you know what I mean? Bright screen.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
True.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The
Oh, God.
aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that
How
it has to
dare
resort
it.
to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point.
You
Share
never
your journal
understand
entries
me,
detailing
broom
the rich
closet.
emotional landscape
You never
of your
understand
feelings
our
for the bucket
friendship.
as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
I'm letting him have it. This is my friend, not yours. This bucket is mine.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
What?
Here we go.
Yeah.
There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion.
Property of
Take
Stanley.
a hike, broom closet.
Take
with
a
all your
hike.
meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Yeah, who do you think you're talking about, huh? Yeah. It's my bucket. Mine.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
Yeah.
You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Anything else to say? You got any more stickers? Please tell me you got one more.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Okay, I'll be out there right now. You heard him. Here's what nothing to do with you, more room. Here's what nothing to do with you, or bucket. Me or bucket or him want nothing to do with you, broom closet. We're out of here. See these stickers? That means bucket belongs to me. See you later. Don't ever talk to us again.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I've never been downstairs.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Sit down, bucket.
Crushed
You could
by
sit
the
here.
weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Bucket's keeping me
Even
sane.
now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
We're
At this
inseparable.
point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2, 8, 4, 5.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Bucket
Was
told me the
bucket
code.
Guiding him? Yes.
The
This is
bucket's
certainly the most
guiding me.
logical explanation.
Whoa, look at all that pollution right there in that water. What does that say? Sewage Lilies by Claude Money. That's sad. What?
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
What
you
the
can't
hell?
buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay. I did not expect that. Okay, so there could have been more somewhere else? What the hell? We're going down. Ain't nothing gonna stop us from going down.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
The bucket's here for me. I feel okay. Ah!
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead
Mind
through the
control.
large door that read,
Escape.
Mind Control Facility.
I'm here with the bucket. Bucket's got my back. Yeah.
The lights rose on an
Bucket's got my
enormous
back.
room packed with television screens.
Me and Bucket
What
could go down to the
horrible
bottom if I
secret
really
did
wanted
this place
to.
hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Whoa, Stanley and the bucket. We both wonder to ourselves.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Oh.
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
I got you. It's okay, Bucket. Everything's gonna be okay. Don't worry. Imagine they had like a pig, like a video of the bucket up there. That'd be funny. I saw that green box.
Was
I
the
saw
bucket
that.
under the mind control facility's influence as well?
Well, are
Had
you
the
Bucket?
bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
Bucket, are you making me do
What
this?
things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in
Bucket.
the first place? These
Oh.
questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Whoa. That's way up there, huh?
No! He screamed into the bucket.
No,
he
bucket.
couldn't accept it. His own life
Toss
in
it.
someone else's
See you
control. Never! He squeezed
It says
the bucket
pirate.
tighter. His one friend in the
Pirate.
entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
I can only trust you, Bucket. Hug.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Oh, jeez.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
Yeah.
They high-fived in a really cool way.
Yeah.
The bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Yeah, go Bucket. Fuck yeah, high five, Bucket. Yeah. Me Bucket high fives all day.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Yeah. Yeah, Bucket, me and you to the end. Hello?
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
Hello?
Was it over?
It's a white dot. I mean, that's my crosshair.
Yes! They had done it.
Yes.
Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest
We
enemy.
did it, Bucket.
Freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine.
Yes, Bucket,
Freedom
we're
was
free.
now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life
Look,
they wanted
Bucket,
to live
look.
once they stepped through this
The
massive
sun.
door.
Property
The
of
bucket wanted
Stanley.
to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
What?
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it
Am I
in
going
reverse
down or
from the
upward?
end.
I can't tell, because
True,
from this way it
was
looks like I'm
a
going
simple
down.
life they envisioned,
From this way it looks
but
like I'm
was
going up.
one they'd live together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Is it just straight? Wait, what happened?
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped?
Wait, what?
Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Be free, Bucket.
Unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
What the fuck?
Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the
No!
facility itself recognized the
Bucket!
incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
No!
Gave lengths not to part with the bucket.
No, I need the light.
No. Stanley can't
No!
leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
No!
Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket.
Yeah,
To
at
be
least we're
trapped
together.
eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
What's
Stanley
that?
gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Hello? What? Bucket? Bucket? Where'd Bucket go?
All of
Bucket!
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Dude, fucking Bucket's gone. Bucket was right here. Oh no, Bucket's right here, okay. Oof, Bucket.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Yeah. Oof. I've got my bucket now. Oof. Property is Stanley's. I want to see like a second button. Competing buckets.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. I need to find more statues. Whoa! What the fuck? Trust the completionist instinct. How we can find them? Small floor of synergize resources. There are many questions. There are no memo. What the hell? One looks like it's in the bathroom. How can you tell you spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Follow clues provided by employee 416. We can do it. Red room? Question mark. Thank you. Good luck. What the hell? How can we find them all? Bottom text. There will be a reward for finding them all. What? Oh, so I found two of them. Oh, okay. Large room, lots of boxes, stairs. Something to do with stairs. Somewhere both red and blue, and nearby a fireplace. A private but smelly place for an important person. Bathroom. Executive bathroom.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
No.
If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Oh, you don't have one sticker for me? Not like a cute one? One's all colorful with the unicorn or something? One of those stickers you get from the dentist? Nope, no stickers. Stairs.
Coming to a staircase,
This is stairs.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh,
Another miniature
knew
Stanley
it.
figurine.
Stairs!
You know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanley. Like a statue. Bunch of writing I can't read because it's too small. Oh.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had
The
left
section
his
contains
post
themes of
during
mental
work
illness.
hours.
Hold any
He might
button
be
to
fired
skip a
for
complete.
that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
What?
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought.
Maybe I am
Usually
crazy.
the bucket is a source of
How do you get
guidance
your
and
card in
wisdom
out here?
for
What the
me
fuck?
in
Oh, wait, right here.
difficult times such as these.
Maybe?
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket.
It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd.
Oh, no.
Now he felt himself floating off the ground.
What?
Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. Stanley! Stanley, it's
Bucket.
me! The bucket! Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
No, bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
Bucket.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
What the fuck?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day
The
like
fuck?
any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be.
How cruel.
And she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work.
Okay.
Her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself.
Heck
My
yes.
life kicks ass.
My
And she
life
therefore
kicks
thought of
ass.
going to work.
That's hilarious. Did I die again? Oh, I gotta die again, okay. That is funny. What the fuck? What the hell?
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no
forget.
longer recall.
I forget what my room looked like. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I do apologize. That is the wife called to let me know she's on her way home. So I'm going to end the stream right now. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, hanging out with me as we played some more. As we played some Stanley Parable for the first time. Thank you, Cage the Legend. Thank you so much, Doubloons. And thank you to anyone else. Whether you're chatting or lurking in the background, I really do just appreciate your time. Tomorrow we will start up a different game. I hope to see you there. If I don't, hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.